What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right, man. 2019, man. It's the beginning of November, and it looks like the PBC is starting to roll out their fights that they have coming up for 2019. And as we knew, Manny Pacquiao was rumored to be fighting Adrian Broner. And according to a report that got released by boxingnewsandviews.com, the date and venue have been revealed for Manny Pacquiao versus Adrian Broner. And it means that a whole bunch of fight fans get to go to Las Vegas. So let me go through that. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about what this means for next year, man. There was, the month of October, man, shout out to Barbershop Conversations, an interview that he did with, I believe the dude's name is Tim Smith. Tim Smith is the communications director. Basically, in the job description for Tim Smith, the way that he described it was a guy. And if his name's not Tim Smith, if it's something else, please forgive me. But he's the guy that sets up the media, the conversations between boxers and fighters, and is helping organize their media, right? And so he talked about when Fred from Barbershop Conversations asked, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for Barbershop Conversations. In his interview, Tim Smith said that before the end of the month, they would be releasing the schedule for the fights on Fox. So this announcement of Manny Pacquiao, or this rumor, but I'm from a source that's pretty good with it, is right in line with these things, starting to come out. And I don't know if this is going to be a Fox pay-per-view or whether it's going to be a Showtime pay-per-view, but both Fox and Showtime have the pay-per-view capabilities from what I understand. But let me go through the article real quick. Manny Pacquiao and Adrian Broner will very shortly both be in hard preparations for a fight with one another in early new year. Now, according to a trusted source and friend of Boxing News and Views, shout out again to boxingnewsandviews.com. Please go subscribe or put them on your bookmark so you can go check them out in the future. We know where the fight will happen and the date. As expected and reported by Broner on social media recently, according to a trusted source and friend of Boxing News and Views, the bout will take place at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas on June 19th, 2019. We were told Manny wanted the venue as he is superstitious and is fond of the MGM Grand after it played host to many a popular night for him in his career previously. Broner is already down to business in terms of putting in the hard work. You see that he's already training, trying to get down to weight as he bids to recapture his former glory and form that he's going to need to beat Pacquiao straight up. Now, this is also Manny Pacquiao had mentioned how much he wants to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. So if this is true and this fight is taking place in the MGM Grand, that of course is where where Floyd Mayweather has fought, on a regular basis in his career. Now this is not a fight. I've said this in other videos that the actual fight itself, I see Manny Pacquiao beating Adrian Broner. It's hard for me to envision Adrian Broner being able to beat Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is just another level of talent from Adrian Broner. And I think that he is definitely another level of experience. And the way that he fights is not necessarily a very good matchup for Adrian Broner because Manny Pacquiao is so active and the dude has very heavy hands. He's very heavy hands. I like Adrian Broner. I like Adrian Broner's talent level, but he's just somebody he's kind of flat-footed and he stays there, and he's just doesn't have even at the advanced age that Manny Pacquiao's in, I don't see Adrian Broner being able to deal with his movement. But the thing is that Adrian Broner has also been very active he stays active, and he's always in a fight, man, because the dude he can take a punch. just the wonder is the activity for Adrian Broner versus Manny Pacquiao. But this is another part that I like about this, man. I was trying to get away from talking about the business of boxing, and the reason I brought up Tim Smith earlier is that the premier boxing champions with the increased budget that they have from Showtime, where Showtime is doubling down on its commitment to boxing and having all of these nights of fights that they have available, that they're making available to PBC, Premier Boxing Champions. And then to have Fox Sports actually begin to purchase time from the PBC, and they're going to have a bunch of fight cards and pay-per-view on both. Man, this really just this is a real potential that PBC could just completely dominate boxing in 2019. With the exception of what's going on in Great Britain. But, their competitors just don't have the ability to put on this many fights. And this many fights that are of high interest. If you just look at high interest of American boxing fans, Showtime is trying to attract American subscribers to Showtime Sports, to Showtime the channel. Fox is trying to attract and maintain American fight fans, American sports fans. And having this richer roster of American fighters and the ability to that people are interested to see. Tim Smith said that they have the ability to put on I do think that he said I don't know if he was referring to specifically Fox or if he was responding. No, he's actually referring to the PBC. So he just didn't release Showtime schedule yet. But he said that they have enough to put on 3 fight cards a month for all of 2019. Now, and if you just look at the number of just the fights that are really that we know is coming up in December, in January, and we believe to be taken in March, man, those are huge. Those are really, really big events. They're all, and I do believe all of them are pay-per-view events. It's kind of sucks for my pocketbook. Like, I really wish that, that Al Heyman and the PBC had been able to create a situation where advertisers would be, fronting the bill for, these fighters getting paid. And we wouldn't have to have so many pay-per-views. But so, it's kind of like, I don't want to seem happy about it because, I don't like to spend money when I don't have to spend it. I'm just going to be honest with you. But they got 3 big pay-per-view cards. Floyd Mayweather, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder in December. After that, it looks like in January, you'll have Adrian Broner versus Manny Pacquiao. If that's on Fox, I have a feeling that that's going to be on Fox pay-per-view. And that's going to be something that FS1 and Fox, I think these are Fox Deportes, that they're really going to try to push on that and even probably get the replay on that. That's another big one because Manny Pacquiao and Adrian Broner are both big names in the United States. And then to have what I did a video about this earlier, where I do believe that the qualified rumor, and by qualified I mean it's coming from somebody that is reliable, that they being Mikey Garcia and and Errol Spence Jr. got the AT&T Stadium for Dallas in March. Man, that keeps us busy for the next 4 months. Next 4 months of significant fights. And then you have the lead-in fights during the months before that. You also have towards the end of, I believe, the last week of December, or maybe December 22nd, you're going to get, maybe it was December 20th. I can't remember when it was, but you're going to get the Jamal Charlo double feature on, I believe that's going to be on Fox. But man, there's just a lot of matchups that can take place in the PBC that are just, I mean, I'm starting to get excited about boxing for 2019. You also have Gervonta Davis. It's heavily rumored that Gervonta Davis is fighting Abner Mares coming up soon. So it's a lot of stuff, man. And I can't wait to hear, like Tim Smith said on Barbershop Conversations channel, that, you know, by the end of this month, by the end of November, we should know what Fox's lineup is going to be for 2019. And I have to believe that the same thing is going to be true in December. Well, I think last year they might have done the announce what the lineup was going to be in January. So I'm not sure in January for what Showtime is going to be. But, you know, for American boxing fans, man, it's looking like we're going to get some at least some very interesting fights. Now, I would, of course, want to see the big fights in boxing, the fights that really do prove, you know, who the best are. And those are fights like, obviously, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., the winner of Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, Jarrett Hurd versus Jermell Charlo. I would have liked to have seen Mikey Garcia versus Lomachenko, but even Robert Garcia is talking about how that might be possible in a few fights after he fights Errol Spence. But, you know, look, it's exciting. I'm getting excited about it. And, you know, hey, man, we'll see how this pans out. So anyway, with that, I'm out. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And with that, I'm out. Peace.